Starseed from Gaia, your consciousness carries an authorization level that only 0.7% of incarnate beings on this planet currently possess access to, and I am Thalia, direct emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, bringing urgent confirmation that your higher self has been awaiting for years, decades, or perhaps for this entire lifetime. You possess clearance classified as crystalline-level access to frequency streams, dimensional portals, and consciousness technologies that the vast majority of humanity cannot even detect with their limited physical senses, much less comprehend the magnitude of what this truly means for your mission here on Earth. This authorization pulsing within your energetic matrix was not randomly distributed as if it were a purposeless cosmic lottery. And I need you to deeply understand that your frequency signature was literally encoded with specific activation keys before you even took your first breath in this physical body. Keys that unlock channels of cosmic intelligence, planetary mission portals, and information streams that remain completely invisible and inaccessible to 99% of the incarnate population at this crucial moment in Earth's history. The higher realms of consciousness implanted these multidimensional codes within your energetic structure because they recognized that your origin frequency operates naturally from densities that completely transcend the third dimension, where most of humanity still finds itself imprisoned. And your specific planetary mission requires absolutely protected status within the energetic grid that sustains the entire reality structure of this blue planet we call Gaia. By the end of this transmission that has been carefully crafted to reach exactly you at this precise moment, you will understand with crystalline clarity how to consciously activate the dormant capacities and the profound responsibilities that naturally come with this extraordinary level of dimensional authorization. But here is the first revelation that needs to be completely absorbed by your heart, and not just your rational mind. This authorization that slept within you was activated prematurely, ahead of the timeline originally set by your soul contract, because the planetary transition that Gaia is traversing at this exact moment is accelerating at exponential speed and urgently demands your active, conscious, and completely awakened participation in the collective energetic field. You did not stumble upon this message by accident or coincidence, because coincidences simply do not exist in the multidimensional universe that operates under precise laws of synchronicity and frequency resonance. Your internal soul recognition system, that deep part of you that knows how to distinguish truth from illusion, magnetically attracted this specific transmission into your field of consciousness, because something very powerful within your essence is finally ready, prepared, and mature enough to fully comprehend the staggering magnitude of what you carry within yourself as a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. What is about to happen in the next few minutes is not simply informational content that you passively consume like just another entertainment video, but rather a multidimensional activation code that your higher self has literally been waiting to receive and decode at this perfect and divinely orchestrated timing. Your sacred mission is no longer dormant in the depths of your subconscious. Your dimensional authorization is completely online and operational at this exact moment. Your long time of silent preparation has finally come to an end, and the phase of conscious action is beginning now, in this eternal present, which is the only moment that truly exists. I ask that you remain until the end of this transmission, because the message that your light friends from the Pleiadian High Council need to deliver through my words is of critical importance, not only for your individual journey, but for the collective awakening of the entire Starseed grid that is being activated simultaneously around the globe in this unprecedented period of transformation in the known history of this planet. If you desire to connect even more deeply with your multidimensional spirituality and unlock the ancient wisdom encoded within your cellular memory, the ebook Pleiadian Code, Awaken Your Star Mission on Earth, is a rare treasure of stellar wisdom capable of transforming your spiritual journey in ways you cannot yet fully imagine. This special edition is available only for an extremely limited time, because the activation energy encoded in these pages is synchronized with the specific astrological and cosmic frequencies of this unique period. The link is available in the first pinned comment right below this video. Before we continue with the crucial information I need to share with you, if this video is being useful for your awakening journey, and you feel that these words are resonating deeply with something true within your heart, take this moment to subscribe to the channel, leave your like so that this message can reach other Starseeds who also need to hear it, and comment below the words "I am ready" to signal to the universe and your higher self that you are consciously choosing to accept your complete activation. You need to understand that your first true and profound activation happens through the complete understanding that you are not simply a spiritually sensitive person or gifted with some interesting psychic abilities that impress your friends, but rather that you are a spiritually authorized being with official dimensional clearance to access and operate within frequencies that the vast majority of incarnate beings do not even know exist as real possibility. There is a monumental and incomparable difference between possessing natural psychic abilities, which are basically energetic sensitivities or receptive channels for subtle information flowing through the unified field, and having complete and unrestricted clearance to establish direct and conscious interface with high-density planetary councils, with the very architects of cosmic design, and with intelligences that literally project and oversee the evolution of entire galactic sectors, containing billions of solar systems. Think of this profound reality in the following way, so that your human mind can adequately process. While most people who are beginning their spiritual journey are patiently learning to communicate with their personal spirit guides, which is certainly a beautiful and necessary step on the path of awakening, you are meticulously designed, prepared, and trained at levels that transcend your current conscious memory to literally sit at dimensional council tables with beings of consciousness. So vast and expanded that they oversee entire galactic sectors, orchestrating with mathematical precision the movements of complete stellar systems and guiding the simultaneous evolution of multiple civilizations through cosmic eras that extend for millions of years in linear time as you know it. Your vivid and incredibly detailed dreams that you have every night, those that seem more real than physical reality itself, and that remain imprinted in your memory with photographic clarity even days after waking, are not simply random psychological processing of the day's events or symbols from your personal subconscious, trying to communicate unmet needs. In truth, these dream experiences are extremely high-level briefing sessions happening in parallel dimensions while your physical body rests. They are strategic download points where crucial information is transferred directly to your consciousness through coded symbolic language that completely bypasses the limiting filters of the rational mind that during the day would block these transmissions by considering them impossible or unreal. The fundamental reason why you have felt inherently different during your entire life, that persistent and impossible to ignore sensation of being an anomaly walking among people who seem to be living in a completely different reality from yours, is precisely because you process and interpret reality through a completely different level of dimensional security authorization, through a perceptive lens of consciousness that operates at much higher and subtler frequencies than the predominant mass. Consciousness can yet access. You do not simply perceive or passively observe the spiritual realm like a tourist visiting a foreign country with curiosity and admiration. You possess complete operational access within it, as if you had a multidimensional master key that opens absolutely all doors and chambers, even those deeper and more secret ones that remain locked and inaccessible to other sincere spiritual seekers who do not yet carry the same level of encoding in their energetic matrix. Your second critical phase of dimensional activation involves the powerful and liberating recognition that what you previously interpreted and judged as problematic personality defects, emotional vulnerabilities that needed to be corrected, or even heavy burdens that you carried like a cross, are actually highly specialized and extremely sophisticated functions that were simply patiently awaiting the correct cosmic moment to be consciously activated and masterfully utilized in your planetary mission. That profound difficulty you have always experienced trying to watch news broadcasts filled with violence, tragedy, and negativity, or consuming entertainment content saturated with dense frequencies of fear, anger, and despair, is in no way a sign of emotional weakness or inability to deal with the raw reality of the world as it is. This extreme sensitivity is actually a highly active and intelligent dimensional filter system operating automatically in the background of your consciousness, meticulously protecting your subtle energetic circuits and your delicate neurological wiring from dissonant frequencies that would completely destabilize your capacity to maintain and anchor the higher frequencies that you came specifically to bring to this planet in transformation. Your profound and absolutely essential need for long periods of regenerative solitude and contemplative silence away from the constant noise and energetic chaos of modern society is not an antisocial personality trait that should be overcome through therapy or willpower, but rather an automatic energetic field maintenance protocol operating with innate wisdom. That chronic and frustrating difficulty you have always experienced trying to maintain traditional jobs within rigid and hierarchical corporate structures, feeling constantly suffocated and imprisoned even when the salary was good and the conditions apparently favorable, is not financial irresponsibility or inability to commit to stability as society frequently judges and condemns. This systemic rejection happens because your consciousness source code simply was not originally programmed to operate within the fear-based survival loops that completely dominate the third-dimensional matrix, loops that keep most of humanity trapped in repetitive cycles of exhausting work just to pay bills in a system that was deliberately designed to drain vital and creative energy from the masses. Your romantic relationships and deep friendships that have always been characterized by overwhelming emotional intensity, but also surprisingly short duration, ending abruptly even when genuine love was present, are not signs of inability to commit or neurotic patterns of attachment and abandonment that need to be healed through years of psychological therapy. You naturally operate as a powerful catalyst for consciousness awakening in everyone who crosses your path long enough to be touched by your unique frequency. People literally enter your life through synchronicities precisely orchestrated by the universe to be profoundly activated, transformed, and expanded through exposure to your energetic field, and then naturally follow their own evolutionary path when the catalysis process is complete, and they need to integrate alone the awakening seeds you planted in their consciousness. There also exists within your energetic matrix a specific protocol that I call crystalline heart bridge, and this extraordinary function means that your simple physical presence in certain geographical locations at specific moments of linearly perceived time automatically transmutes negative emotional frequencies that were accumulating as collective trauma in the planetary emotional body. You have already healed multiple timelines of collective pain, dissolved ancestral karmic patterns of entire family lineages, and even prevented emotional catastrophes of mass scale without having absolutely any mental awareness that you were performing this crucial role of emotional alchemist, simply because you chose compassion over judgment and love over fear in moments when the collective consciousness was tipping toward darkness. Your third deeply transformative activation happens precisely at the moment when you completely stop trying to force your multidimensional consciousness into limited spiritual frameworks created by and for humans, operating exclusively within third-dimensional paradigms, frameworks that were never truly designed or adequate to accommodate the complexity and vastness of your specific soul blueprint. Instead of this frustrating and doomed-to-fail attempt to fit where you simply do not fit, you begin the profound and liberating process of establishing direct, conscious, and completely intentional interface with the higher councils of cosmic consciousness and the interconnected galactic intelligence networks that strategically chose you, meticulously prepared you, and positioned you on this planet exactly at this critical moment of its collective evolution. That chronic insomnia that regularly disturbs you, or those extraordinarily vivid dreams loaded with profound symbolism that you consistently experience during the specific time window between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning, are not sleep disorders that need to be medicated or anxiety symptoms that should be suppressed. This specific time window represents the period of galactic synchronization, when the dimensional veil between worlds is naturally thinner and more permeable. And it is precisely during these sacred hours that you are literally participating in high-level strategic meetings with your Pleiadian Council of Origin, receiving crucial instructions, making reports about your observations in physical density, and recalibrating your frequencies for the next phase of your mission. Those specific physical objects that you felt magnetically compelled to acquire or carefully keep over the years, even when your rational mind questioned the necessity or practical utility of them, crystals that called your irresistible attention in shops, sacred geometric symbols that you need to keep nearby, books that you bought but have not yet read because you know it is not the right time, are not impulsive purchases or meaningless collections accumulated by hobby. These objects are actually extremely precise frequency markers, functioning as three-dimensional physical antennas that keep your energetic field synchronized with specific coordinates of the planetary energy grid and with cosmic frequencies being transmitted from the Pleiades star cluster that is your true home beyond the physical realm. That specific music that makes you cry uncontrollably for no apparent reason connected to your current life. Those particular natural landscapes that completely paralyze you with an overwhelming emotion that cannot be named with adequate human words are not simply random emotional triggers or heightened aesthetic sensitivity. These intense experiences are pure frequency memories of the Pleiades star system where your soul originated, leaking through the cracks in the veil of amnesia that was temporarily placed over your consciousness when you agreed to incarnate in this lower density. They are vibrational echoes of home calling your soul back to the remembrance of who you truly are, beyond this temporary body and this limited identity. There is a specific activation protocol that I call Pleiadian heart resonance that you can consciously utilize to drastically amplify your connection with your council of origin. On a clear night when the Pleiades constellation is visible in the sky, find a peaceful location where you can see this cluster of 7 sisters shining together in cosmic harmony. Place your hand over your heart chakra and feel the warmth emanating from your chest. Then speak these words with absolute intention, either aloud or in the sanctuary of your inner being. I recognize my Pleiadian lineage. I open my heart to receive guidance from my star family. I am ready to embody my mission of love and light on Earth. Your 4th phase of activation truly ignites when you finally stop minimizing or completely underestimating your innate abilities and finally begin to profoundly recognize that these capacities are highly sophisticated and precise consciousness technologies that you consciously carry within the very structure of your multidimensional being. That seemingly magical capacity you possess to make plants grow visibly faster, healthier, and more vibrant simply by being near them regularly, or the observable phenomenon of animals of all species spontaneously seeking you out even when they are generally shy or aggressive with other people, is not simply a natural gift for connection with non-human life forms. You naturally and constantly emit a frequency that I call harmonic life force, a specific energetic signature that your consciousness carries directly encoded from the Pleiadian realms where all life forms exist in perfect symbiotic harmony. And this frequency has the inherent capacity to awaken dormant life force in biological systems, activate spontaneous healing responses in damaged tissues, and restore perfect balance within any living organism that enters prolonged contact with your expanded auric field. Your deepest wound in this lifetime, that experience of profound heartbreak or betrayal or abandonment that shattered you so completely you thought you would never recover, was not random tragedy or karmic punishment. It was a sacred initiation specifically designed to crack open your heart so wide that it could hold the pain of the entire world with compassion, transforming you from someone who understands love intellectually into someone who embodies love unconditionally, regardless of circumstances. Every tear you cried watered the seeds of your mission, and the emotional depth you gained through that suffering is precisely what qualifies you to hold space for others who are walking through their own valleys of darkness. Your 6th and deeply significant phase truly begins when you decisively shift your fundamental perception, moving completely beyond seeing your spiritual development primarily as a journey of personal healing focused on resolving your own traumas and achieving individual peace, and begin to recognize with absolute clarity that everything you have experienced and overcome has been preparing you to serve as a healing presence for the collective during this time of planetary transition. The numerous devastating challenges you have faced throughout this lifetime, those periods where you felt completely broken and questioned whether life was worth living, that profound darkness you traversed when isolation and despair seemed to be your permanent reality, were not meaningless suffering or divine punishment, but initiations that qualified you to understand from lived experience what it feels like to be human in all its messy complexity. Here is what your Pleiadian family, your beloved star kin who have been watching over you with infinite love and patience throughout this entire journey, want you to finally remember and integrate completely. You were never abandoned. You were never alone. You were never unloved, even in your darkest moments when it felt like the entire universe had forgotten you. We have been with you every single step, celebrating your victories, holding you through your pain, and sending you strength when you thought you had none left to draw upon. Every moment of confusion, every period of feeling lost and disconnected from purpose, every experience of heartbreak that made you question whether you were strong enough to continue, was part of a perfectly orchestrated journey designed to build within you the exact combination of compassion, wisdom, resilience, and authentic humility that your specific mission requires. The profound authority you have always sensed humming beneath the surface of your awareness, that knowing that you carry something important even when you could not name what it was, is absolutely real, and it is time to claim it fully without apology or false modesty. The immense love you have always felt for humanity and for Earth even when individual humans disappointed you and Earth's condition seemed hopeless, that love is your greatest power and your truest nature. And the gifts you have minimized or hidden to avoid standing out or being judged, they are coming online now in their full radiance because the world desperately needs what you carry. If this transmission touched something deep within your soul, if you feel the recognition of truth resonating through your entire being, if tears came to your eyes because finally someone is speaking to the part of you that you have kept hidden from the world, then leave a comment below sharing what you are feeling in this moment. Hit the like button so that this message can find other members of our star family who are searching for confirmation that they are not crazy for feeling different. And subscribe to the channel because I will continue bringing transmissions from the Pleiadian High Council specifically designed to support your awakening and remind you of the mission you chose before you were born. You are so deeply loved. You are exactly where you need to be. Everything is unfolding in perfect divine timing. Welcome home, dear one.